Hey there, boaters. I'm Captain Stacey Hanrahan, and welcome to Monday's episode of The Boaters TV. First up, our Captain's Caption photo was provided by Courtney Bartell. We'll reveal the caption of the day at the end of the show. Now in ship shape, windshield wiper wisdom from PassageMaker magazine. They may not be the most glamorous gadgets on board, but don't take your windshield wipers for granted. Navigating without them in a storm or even in steady rain is dangerous. So when PassageMaker's Bill Parlatore realized the wipers on his Zimmerman 36 were in bad shape, he got right on it. While two IMTRA product specialists helped Bill replace his wiper's arms and springs, they also shared some wiper wisdom. Whether you've got a high-end system like Bill's Exalto units or something cheaper, remember that windshield wipers are not maintenance-free. Always be sure to thoroughly wash off corrosive salt crystals. Routine maintenance also includes replacing the rubber blade inserts when they become ineffective. And check the spring tension. Too much or too little can affect performance. You want the arm to have tension that keeps the blade on the glass, but not too much where the rubber insert could shift out of place. You may think all wipers are created equal, but there are actually many parts and sizes of wiper components, including different power supplies and types of switchgear. The arm and blade lengths determine the size of the motor, while the mounting location will depend on window type. For boats that travel between 30 and 50 knots, the units are usually mounted below the window. Slower boats, like trawlers, have top-mounted wipers. For so much more on marine wipers, including Bill's personal experience with the Exalto system, pick up a copy of PassageMaker magazine's September issue. By the way, we'd like to extend a big thank you to managing editor Natalie Freeton for mentioning our partnership in the news and notes section of their September issue. We love sharing PassageMaker stories with our audience. Next, we'll see what's splashing around in nautical news. Millions of recreational boaters in the U.S. have let out a giant sigh of relief. In late July, Congress passed and President Bush signed into law the Clean Boating Act of 2008. This act restores a common-sense regulation that excludes recreational boaters and anglers from a permitting system designed for land-based industrial facilities. BoatBlue.org, a coalition of the NMMA, Boat US, and more than 60 other partners, worked diligently for this significant victory. Recently, I had the chance to speak with the NMMA's Matt Dunn, who spearheaded the Boat Blue effort.
We're obviously thrilled and delighted. I think it's a model effort for our community coming together and speaking with one voice to Capitol Hill and getting something done. What at the end of the day is a really short time frame.
The NMMA began a grassroots, media, and legislative effort 2 years ago, but the October 1st, 2008 deadline approached quickly. Thanks to their persistence, the word got out and nearly 200,000 people were inspired to send messages to their congressmen supporting the Clean Boating Act. I asked Matt how important those letters and emails were in getting the legislation passed.
They're essential, and lobbyists in Washington, of which I am one, but we can only get issues so far. And at the end of the day, members of Congress listen to their constituents, and when they get 1,000 letters about whether they should support a piece of legislation, they take that very seriously. I can tell you that Senator Boxer's staff had indicated to us their office had never received as much correspondence, individualized letters from constituents on a piece of legislation.
So thank you to all the Boat Blue partners, and a big thanks to the thousands of boaters who made their voices heard. Next up in Boatswain's Locker, we'll take a look at Stacey's wish list. On my wish list this week, 2 products that make the water your boat sits in a lot more fun. First up, the TugTub. It's a compact, portable, floating hot tub. Yeah, why should mega yachts be the only type of vessel with a hot tub? The TugTub comes in 2 luggage-sized bags and takes up less space than most dinghies. It can be set up behind your boat or off a dock in under 15 minutes. A small water heater uses liquid propane gas and is powered by a 12-volt outlet on your boat or an optional 12-volt battery. Water in the tub can be heated from 60 degrees to a soothing 104 degrees in about an hour. Looks like a great place to relax. Honey, you set it up, I'll get the drinks. Also on my wish list, the NettleNet boat pool. Are jellyfish a problem where you boat? If you feel like taking a dip but aren't really in the mood to get stung, you can create a jellyfish-free swim area with a NettleNet boat pool. These pools basically consist of a 1/16" mesh net attached to a float ring that is inflated in minutes with the use of a foot pump. You can choose an 8, 12, or 20-foot diameter pool. Boaters have been using nettle nets to keep out the jellyfish for 30 years now along the Atlantic coast. Now, if they could just keep the sharks out, I'd never have a problem getting in the water. Stay tuned, we'll tell you where to get my wish list products at the end of the show. And now it's time to announce this week's poll. Here we go. When boating, what activity do you enjoy the most? Fishing, swimming at anchor, sunbathing, driving the boat, towing toys, people watching, or enjoying a cold beverage? To vote, simply go to www.theboaters.com. Now it's time to reveal Stacey's TheBoaters.com Sealebrity profile pick of the day, which is Leif Lynch and his 12-foot hurricane, the White Wizard. Leif got turned on to kayaking while filming a movie in the Bahamas last summer. Now he says kayaking is his gym, therapy, and extracurricular everything. He's tan, toned, and happy. Welcome to the Boaters, and congrats on your Sealebrity status. And finally today, the captain's caption of the day is, with my special camera, I can take pictures of you in past lives. I knew you were a dog. Written by Nirvana. And that'll do it for this episode of The Boaters TV. See you back here on Wednesday.